Okay, so in this video, we're going to be exploring Unit 7 and we're going to be looking at some more roller coasters. So you can see this is a roller coaster I made. It starts from here, it goes up. These are actually spirals, but they're just very big spirals. And then they go down like so and goes up. And then it meets the end right here. I also made another roller coaster that is a perfect loop. So this one just keeps going up and up. You can see it's actually going up right now. If we follow it, you can see it's going to go down. And yeah, this is a perfect loop. And this uses, again, some more spirals, but the spirals are so large that they don't look like spirals. They just look like right turns, which maybe you hate, maybe you like, but in your roller coaster at the end, you can decide on how you want to build your roller coaster. So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to go back into some space where I can start building. So let's get rid of everything because we don't need anything. We can just do it with you guys. The first thing we need to do is on start, set spiral width, set line width, set spiral height, and normal power interval to 2. Then we're going to begin our custom roller coaster. So let's take a look and see what we can do. Right now, this is going to be a little bit different from the worksheet because I want you to understand what I'm doing rather than just copying from the worksheet blindly. So if I wanted to maybe go forward, let's say add a straight line, and I'm going to just make these accessible to me. So we have spiral height, we have line length, and we have spiral width. These are all the things we've defined here: spiral width, line length, spiral height. Good. So now if I want line length, I can just put this right there. Okay, so if I type in custom RC, what happens? Well, nothing exciting. We know what this does. It just goes forward by 10. Okay, well, what if I wanted to extend this out? I can do this, but this is a really bad way of doing it. So I can just use a loop. Maybe I want to repeat 3 times. Good. And maybe in between each of these, I want to add a let's add a ramp. And to this ramp, I want to add line length again, like so. Okay, so this is gonna, let's take a look at the code. It's gonna repeat this code 3 times. It's gonna go up by 10, and then it's gonna go forward by 10. So let's do custom RC. Does that work? Yep, up by 10, forward by 10, up by 10, forward by 10, up by 10, forward by 10. Last up, and then forward. Okay. Great, so you can see that we can repeat parts of code so that we don't need to make our code so long, right? We can make it easier to read. Now, what I've done with the spiral height is I've made it so that it actually, it is just a simple right turn. You can change these later. I don't want you to change it right away. You can change it later. I'm going to show you how you can change it a little bit later too. So let's add a spiral going up. And we're going to have spiral width as width, like so. Then we're going to add spiral height as spiral height, like so. Let's type in custom RC now. And matter of fact, let's also maybe just repeat this once, just so it's easier for you guys to see. There we go. I'm gonna go up, forward, spiral left. Okay. This is technically the spiral. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So it's just like a left turn, essentially. Now, if we were to change this to, let's say, if we change this to 30, then you would begin to see the spiral. Right. Let's do that. You'll see what I mean. So forward by 10, spiral. So you can eventually see that it does spiral. It just takes a lot longer to sort of see in action, which is fine. But the great thing about this is that it still reliably points in one direction. So I can now make a decision on what I want to do. So I know that if I do spiral left, it actually goes to the right. And if I do another spiral left, then it's going to go this way. Another one's going to go this way, and another one's going to go this way. So if I wanted to go back in the original direction that I had planned, all I got to do is repeat this by 4 times. And this is going to go the direction that I was going in the first place, which is the way I'm looking right now. So let's do that. Custom RC, good. It's gonna go up, spiral. It's gonna be super huge. Okay. Going up, going up, going up. Good. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. You can see I wasn't wrong at all, but you can see that it goes in this way. So, which is not a big deal, right? We can, as long as we can understand which way it's gonna go, we can make a decision based on what we want to do now. So now I know that. Well, let's get rid of that. We'll put this back to 1. I know that this was going right before, right? Because this is what I did before, right here. So I can say, okay, if I know that this is gonna go right, well then I can add maybe another spiral that goes down and turns right. And let's see what happens. You know, maybe nothing happens, maybe something happens, but we can experiment and explore. So forward up by 10, forward by 10. This is a long spiral. Then it's going to do the spiral that goes downwards soon. There we go. Okay, and I think it's just going to turn left. Yes, okay, good. Okay, so this one goes in the original direction that we had planned. So now all I wanted to do, if I wanted to join these two, I could join these two quite easily. If I wanted to, right? So now I'm here, okay, now I know that my code goes up to here. What can I do? Well, I want to add maybe a loop of 4. Let's add some more ramps. Just a ramp, nothing else. And maybe at the end of the ramp, I want to add another spiral going up. Sure, why not? At the end of the ramp. Let's see what happens. Okay. And this is exactly what we're doing, right? We're experimenting with it because we know what the code does, and we can use a code quite easily. But we don't know what the outcome is going to be. So I want you to run your code consistently and frequently throughout your session. See what you can come up with. If you make mistakes, that's fine. Making mistakes is part of the process. That's not why I don't want you to avoid making mistakes. Okay, so you can see we have an error here, right? You can see the error is that our code goes through our previous code, which means this is not going to work. So we need to fix that, which we can fix that now. Oh, we can fix that quite easily. So all we're going to do to fix that is maybe, say, change 2 blocks forward. And that should fix things. Okay. Good. So for your... Oh, is there something wrong there? I think I'm too high. That's why. Let's go back down to Earth. Wow, I am very high up, I think. Yes, there we go. Now it should work. Should it? Okay. Is it because... Let's try again. Okay, there we go. So in the actual code, or rather the worksheet, the learning objectives say that you need to make a reusable module. And what I mean by reusable module is, well, we know that some part of the code up to a certain point will face us in a certain direction at a certain height. And that's what you would call a module, right? So this entire thing could be my module if I really wanted to. It's a bit too long, to be honest, but it could be a module if I really wanted it to be a module. And you can see here, that's the spiral. There we go. Okay, perfect. Good. So a spiral is just a set of code that you know what the outcome is going to be. So a better approach would be maybe to get rid of all this. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. This could be one module. That is probably a better way to think of a module, right? Because if we now press custom RC, we can reliably say that, okay, it's going to go forward, it's going to go up, it's going to make a spiral, and I know every time I type in or every time I repeat this code, it's going to keep doing that. Same behavior. And that's what a module is. A module is something that we know where we know what's going to happen, and we can repeat it reliably. So it sort of goes up, then forward, then there's a spiral, and then kind of does a right turn on where we were. So we should now be facing this way after I type in. Okay, so custom RC. So it's facing this way initially. So I know that this code makes us turn right, and I did it twice, so it should make us turn right twice. So it should make us go this way, I think, but I could be wrong. Let's see if I'm right. Okay. Good. Okay, yeah, so I am right. So it does go in the way that I thought it was going to go. Perfect. That's what a module is. And I want you to, you don't have to make many modules, just try and make 1 or 2. And then make a roller coaster with a beginning and end. And the end is really easy. The end is just using this track end right here, like so. Very, very easy. And I want you to try to make a roller coaster that has a ramp, 2 variables, 1 loop, 1 spiral, a track beginning, and a track end. And actually that is a bit counterintuitive, so let's forget about the track end. Let's just do 1 loop, because 1 loop's a little bit harder, right? Or rather, we'll do 1 loop or 1 track end or 1 track end. And then you can choose, because, you know, if it's too hard one way or the other, that won't be too good for you guys. Okay. So that's pretty much it for this video. This is more ideas based, because the roller coaster code itself isn't difficult, and you guys seem to be able to do everything you need to do to create roller coasters. I want you now to play with your code and try to make something really cool. At the very end of your worksheet, there is a design your own roller coaster section. I want you to try to design a roller coaster. Use the space to draw something and see if you can draw something that is a little bit challenging, and then try to see if you can actually replicate that exactly in your code. That's what I want you to do. So hopefully this will be a really fun lesson. I'm looking forward to it, because last week was really fun. And I hope this was easy to understand. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Goodbye.